I'm mostly just going to show you how to get started in Onshape, how to install MKCad, how to find Featurescripts, and just sort of how to use some of the very, very basic tools in Onshape. So first things first, you have the stuff that you've made, you have your folders, your documents, what have you. You also have your teams, including 1967. We're going to be adding to this as we go. So for now, I'm just going to create a document that I own, and I'm going to call it mentor training. So right away, it takes you to this whole interface over here. This is primarily located under Part Studio 1. So the important thing about Part Studios is, unlike other CAD packages, you can actually create multiple parts in a single studio. You can also create multiple part studios in a single file, multiple assemblies in a single file, multiple drawings, folders, variable studios, which I will get to. And yeah, that actually means you can actually condense a lot of different documents into one place. Now, because of that, it is also easy to lose track of organization. So there are other features such as versions. You can create a new version as you go along. Like I can create a version right now if I wanted to. I'm not gonna. You can also create comments. You can, again, version creation, and then performance, which will tell you how long it's taking to load up, what kinds of features you have, how your browser's doing, your connection. Lots of really useful stuff to sort of gauge how you're doing in terms of your CAD stuff. You can also access these in other tabs, including the assembly, although, hold on. So another important thing about the assembly is that you actually have different kinds of mates than you usually have in other CAD packages. There is no coincident mate. There is a fasten mate. There are fasteners, which again, I'll get to that later. So again, you'll have all these menus on the side that are cross tabs. You'll have these assembly specific tabs, which we'll go over in due time. You have your view cube that's always going to be in the top right corner unless you move it. And you have your measure and mass properties, which are always going to be in the bottom right. Now, something that you might not have if you're completely new to Onshape is MKCad. This is a library of all parts in first, Vex, West Coast products, Cross the Road, Rev, all of that. So I'm going to show you how to get that installed right now. You'll go to the App Store, you'll type in MKCad, and you'll find it here. It's completely free. It's managed by Milk and Knights out of Southern California. Now, in my case, it says cancel plan because it's supposedly a monthly plan that just happens to be free. In your case, it's going to say subscribe. So you're going to want to click on subscribe. And then once you do that, you'll have to refresh your Onshape tab and it'll show up in the bottom right corner of your assembly. So with that, I'm going to close this and I'm going to show you another thing in Part Studio. So this little gear icon right here, spur gear. You might not have it because this is a feature script that I have loaded into Onshape. What's a feature script? A feature script is an application that has been created by Onshape users to add additional features or, I guess, procedurally generated features to an assembly or a part studio. So to show you how to get those, I'm going to say add custom features. And in my case, I'll need to go public. And there's a lot of different feature scripts you can use. I've posted Onshape for FRC a couple of times, but most of the ones you're going to use are under Julia's feature scripts. You'll want this one. It's the original version 160. And yeah, you've got a lot of stuff here, like a lot of stuff, including tube converter, which is really powerful. You have a lot of things here. I encourage you to sort of install most, if not all of them. And you'll just click on it to install. And once you do, it'll show up over here in your list of feature scripts.